The Locrian mode is where we start to get a little bit unusual, because what we need to do is start to basically lower everything by a semitone, or virtually lower most things anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our natural minor scale, so let's take C, so that would be this, and we're going to lower by one semitone the second, and also the fifth, and what you get is that effect. I can't really give you many examples of pieces of music that use the Locrian mode, because it's not really something that many pieces of music find themselves predominantly in. It's more of a sort of a tool that's used occasionally to create colour, to create texture, to create mood and atmosphere. But one of the key things about the Locrian mode is that it does give you the classic interval, which is the diminished fifth. So if you take the root note, in this case we used C, didn't we? If you take the C and we figure out that the fifth of C is obviously G, well, what we've done now is we flatten that to G flat. Now, in extension to that, we can also put the diminished chord into the Locrian mode, because the diminished chord is like the minor triad of a chord, but with that fifth note just taken down by a semitone. So in this case, C, E flat and G flat make your diminished chord. Perhaps that's another reason why Locrian isn't particularly well used, is because there's that sort of legend which some people believe, and some people say it's all mythology, that the diminished fifth, or the augmented fourth as it sometimes is, and harmonically, some people like to say that it was banned during certain periods in musicals history because it was known as the devil's chord, or the devil's tritone. And I think it's a lovely story. I like to think that it's true. I don't know if it's entirely true, but the point is, you just don't find it very often in music, and if you do, it usually just resolves itself. Like, for example, Beethoven would frequently sort of resolve it into a major chord like that, but that's not Locrian mode. Locrian mode, a piece of music in Locrian mode would have to be more or less based around that structure, and it just wouldn't be done. You might find it more commonly in jazz music, and I'm sure there are plenty of pieces of music. Do comment below if you have pieces of music that you can do, but it's certainly not something that, as a classically trained pianist, that I come into contact very often with. But yeah, do comment below. But that's basically what it is. So you take the second and you take the fifth of your natural minor scale, and you diminish them. You lower them by one semitone, or in this case you flatten them.